about this all day.
Woo!
Hi.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Demonplague. My name is James Intricasso. I go by he, him. I'm your dungeon master for this magical ride that we're about to have. This is going to be our last game of 2018. We will be back in January after the new year. Looks like we will be coming right at you on January 8th with our next episode after this. And also, very unfortunate today, Robert Aducci, who plays Torsten Elhan, could not join us. He is down and out with the Demonplague today. So we'll have him back for you. He's in the shop right now, but he should be back on the 8th. So looking forward to that. Let's go around the table. Everybody introduce yourself and the character you are playing very quickly. Rudy, let's start with you. We'll see how long or short it is. It should be. I'm very interested to find out, especially with Torsten not here. So it should be interesting to see how this. Yeah, you all seem to be have some. Oh no!
Oh no. There he's
Rudy is
fixing it.
fixing it. So in the meantime, Lauren, why don't you tell us about you and who you're playing?
I
Hi,
should be fixed now, but okay.
I'm Lauren. You might know me as Obo Crazy, she, her. I am playing Rock, the Aarakocra Rogue, who's very excited to talk. Also, if anyone knows, do Aarakocras have eyebrows?
That is a good question.
I'm just throwing it out there to the podcasting and live streaming community. This is an important thing. I play a lot of Aarakocra. Do they have eyebrows?
I thought we decided yes because of Sam the Eagle.
Yeah, but he is a Muppet, and I don't know if I
He is a
consider him an
Muppet.
Aarakocra.
I mean,
Although that's a compelling argument that I will take consideration in the future.
that's all I ask.
It looks like they have brow ridges, but not necessarily eyebrows.
Yet.
Sort of like a Cro-Magnon kind of look. That's a terrible job I'm doing of describing it. Google it. Everybody knows how to image Google search.
Everyone
Rudy.
Google.
Hey, now you can hear me. My name is Rudy. I go by he, him. I'm playing Rainbowy, a human monk. And as I said before, getting ready for a long conversation on good and evil and doing, what is it, whether the ends justify the means and all that good stuff that will probably end in me punching Necromancer in the face.
Gotcha.
Until he stops moving. Which is a really harsh way to put it. Anyway.
And TK, who are you and who are you playing?
It's me. It's TK. They, them, and I am playing Isabel halfback, half orc fighter, having a great time, except for the necromancer part. That's pretty much it. My son's out of the way, so I could just murder indiscriminately now because our politician is taking a nap. So
Grant Ellington is sad.
I mean, he better not say anything if he knows what's good for him.
Oh, no. So let's see. Last time on the Demonplague, you went into the fortress of Ralakai, who is this necromancer that you all have been searching for a while. He's been taking people off the road, using them for experiments to try to find a cure to this mysterious disease called the Demonplague. Well, you found some prisoners that he had. You freed them after a battle with some of his undead minions, and you found Ralakai performing experiments in the upper levels of the Star Elf Barrows. And you also saw that he was there with a goblin named, a hobgoblin named Topher, who has a saber-toothed tiger zombie that is walking around with him. And they have this mysterious beast that is in a cage, and it is also all bound up in chains and things within the cage. It looks like some weird undead slash demon slash humanoid hybrid that you have been seeing evidence of throughout. You were formulating a plan when Ralakai opened the door that you were peeping on him through and invited you all to come talk with him in his laboratory. And that was where we had left it. What would you all like to do? Raka, I believe you said you were ready to talk, right?
I want to give a shout out to Josh Long for donating 300 bits again and giving another auto fail to James. I don't want to shout him out, but I feel obligated to. You're a scoundrel, Long. You're a scoundrel.
Very much so. Very much so. Thank you, Josh. And we should mention that there are bit donations. 100 gives a health potion to a PC of your choice, and 300 buys an auto success for the PCs, or an auto fail for me if you so choose. And 500 is a one-time donation to have an NPC named after you. And whenever we roll a natural 20, we'll be giving away a prize. So that is where we stand right now as far as that stuff goes. So thank you, Rudy, and I almost forgot that.
No problem.
So, Lauren,
Hi.
you had said Rock was taking action pretty much immediately when she heard this. Is that right?
Well, yeah, so we had come down the stairs a little bit away from the door to talk, thinking that we were going to be quiet. And then Ralakai opens the door and basically, if I remember correctly, said something about, if you're done, you can come on up and we can chat. So Rock is going to go, just a minute. We are still talking down here.
And you hear, take your time, I guess.
Thank you.
Fine.
So what do we want to do?
He can hear us.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, he opens the door. Apparently, we didn't go far enough from door.
Torsten, can you cast a magic to make us quiet, like a zone of quiet?
Isn't it too late now? As he heard us.
Well, I'm saying, can he do something to like close off sound within a sphere or something like that? James, is that a spell in Dungeons and Dragons?
So there, I don't know that there's like a silence sphere.
There is.
Yeah, silence.
But
sphere?
that would also silence
yeah.
you within that sphere.
Yeah, we don't want that.
And Torsten does not have that spell prepared. He has no spells like that prepared.
Let's huddle up then. That'll give us something, I guess. Head to head, forehead to forehead, everybody. Isabel, let's go. Everybody circle up.
I'm trying to remember the name of the actual demon in the Demonplague, the one that's causing all of this. Do we remember what the name of that thing is?
I don't remember his name.
It's in the notes somewhere.
Yeah. Sand Crown.
Sand Crown.
Thank you. I was like desperately.
Now.
Rock knows this, but Sand Crown. Okay. Rock will huddle.
When Isabel huddles, she'll huddle so that her back is to Ralakai's, since she cannot be surprised by him
Oh,
Okay.
or any of them. So
smart.
and doesn't, like, monsters don't gain any advantage by not being seen by her or anything. So
All right. So
because
this
of her
guy,
alert feature.
this guy wants to talk, and I'm guessing he's going to be like, I'm researching the demon plague. It's for the greater good. Rah, 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 rah. I don't think I'm down with that, though. Just putting my cards on the table here so everybody knows it.
No, I am not either, but
Good.
maybe he has no idea about this Zen Crown thing, and if we let him know,
Trying to remember.
that will help.
So we interrogated one of their prisoners, Harliot. Did she and even Shortcloak? Did either of them mention Zan Crown? I'm trying to remember.
I feel like they must have, because that would have been one of the only ways we would have found out.
Yeah.
You heard about
Except for
Sand
the
Crown.
ghost.
The
No,
ghost,
from the
right?
ghost, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Harliot did not mention Sand Crown.
Okay.
I'm just gonna scroll up past #bless stuff and just take a gander at what we did talk to Harley about.
Yeah.
All right. So
Because
I
I
mean,
think we were also trying to convince the guy in the ziggurat, because it was that whole they're gonna try to cure the demon plague, and it's like, but if this Zan Crown comes back and he's the one causing it, why are we trying to do why are we trying to stop the plague when we can stop the guy causing the plague? Like we know the demon plague seems to be just a symptom of this demon thing. At least Rock just wants to go kill Zancrown. Rock thinks that Zancrown is the cause of everything, and if we just kill, and that's, yeah, he's this powerful demon thing that the druids from before, who was the ghost, couldn't destroy, but hey, we're awesome.
It's true. You are the owners of Fort Kick-Ass.
Exactly.
I think that is a good opening discussion point. We'll see if he's receptive. You know, maybe this is all just a misunderstanding. He doesn't have the right research, and we're just going to supply him the information he needs to dial it back a little bit with his... But even then, he's kind of evil and crazy. So...
Yes, but talking to him, we may find out more information before we have to, punch and kick him. So if we talk before, then it's easier to kill him after, because then we don't have to worry about keeping him alive if he is really bad. But if we talk to him before and we can come to an arrangement, maybe we don't have to do killing. It's worth a try.
Definitely worth a try. Plus, we'll be closer to him if we talk, and I need to be close to punch him in the face. So, talking is a good, multiple reasons I'm down for talking. Okay, cool.
All right, Torsten, you do all the talking, okay?
Yeah, Torsten does all the talking. Torsten, you're our voice.
Seems to have a frog in his throat.
Oh, no.
Starts rubbing his throat.
He has the demon plague!
Come down with the demon plague.
Don't touch me.
That is sign number 1.
Yeah, it always starts with a little dry cough.
Yeah.
So...
Has Ralakai left the door open?
Yeah, the door is open when
Okay.
you come up the steps. You can see it's open, and he has continued to go about his work. So he is sort of going through these humanoid corpses, and you can see the corpses actually have the same structure as the thing that he has imprisoned and chained up. They have these demon-y bits. They have this dead flesh with all these open sores and stuff on them. And Ralakai has gone about his work. Ralakai has this pallid gray skin himself. He doesn't have any big open sores or anything, or any demon-y parts on him, but he is walking around. It's also quite chilly in here, and you notice that he's walking around without his shirt on.
All right, buddy, I take my shirt off. If anyone's walking around without a shirt off, it's me.
So if we kind of poke our head in and look around and get a better view, other than keyhole, is this a room? Is there exits? Are there windows? What's the...
So it's a wide room, and you can see that there is what looks like a doorway that looks like it's looking out. It's open and clear, and looks like it's looking out into the Luna Valley. And if you were able to get your bearings around you, you would realize this is what you had thrown something through earlier, Rock. This is the entrance that had shocked you when you tried to pass through it. You can actually see through it on this side of the chamber. And you can also see that sort of in the distance, you can make out the prisoners who you freed making their way back toward Tomar's Crossing. Okay. So you can see quite a bit out through this thing, and realize that if anybody was in here when you were doing those things, they saw you sort of trying to get through that door and that sort of thing. You also see there is a what you had not seen before is there is this great enormous cat with these huge long fangs coming out of the front of its face. It is a saber-toothed cat, but it has patches of fur and muscle missing, and exposed bone, and one of its eyes is missing, and its tongue is kind of hanging out at a weird angle, and its lips look like they've been removed, so you can see all of its teeth really well. And that thing kind of gets up on its haunches and gives a little growl as you enter, but the hobgoblin says something in Goblin to the cat, and the cat gets down on its belly, resting.
And so, just so I have the layout correct, so we're entering through a door. Directly in front of us is this stone platform that Ralakai is doing his fun. Behind that is the cage with the crazy thing. Next to the cage is Topher and his kitty cat. And then where is the exit door that leads outside?
So the exit door is to the left when you come in, all the way down, probably about 30 feet down, and there are some other stone tables set up here that also have corpses on them that have been opened up and pieces have been removed and that sort of thing. Some of them are hooked up to like tubing and having ichor and fluid extracted from them.
Okay.
How, like, if I had to guess, how many dead bodies do I think are in here?
Oh, so there are a total of 5 tables, and each one has a body.
Okay.
You can also see that there are sort of a couple of buckets that have remains and stuff in them along the back wall of them.
Ugh.
It's a gross place.
Yeah.
I will say immediately Rock feels a little bit better because the doorway leading out is confirmation that she's no longer underground. So she immediately feels a lot better being in this room despite all of the gore. So, like, she doesn't say anything, but like you see her just kind of relax a little bit as she walks in. It's a weird thing.
Okay, it's an interesting reaction to entering this room, but all right, I understand. We all have different fears. All right, well, I will say hello to you,
Excellent.
Ralakai. How do you spell your name?
For reasons, for documentation reasons.
Looks up at you with an arched eyebrow and says, Ralekai.
I, not Y. Noted.
Right.
So is that French? No.
It is common.
Okay.
Tongue. And Ralakai will he takes off these big gloves that he was wearing and sort of slaps them down on the table with a wet slap and says, I knew someone would be coming sooner or later as soon as this shipment stopped. You disrupted my operation. Good job. Now we'll all die thanks to the Demonplague. And like he continues throughout this whole thing, he's continuing to prod and poke and examine different bodies and is walking between the tables while talking to you.
Cool.
So why are you playing with bodies instead of going after Zenkran?
Who?
Ah, okay. Well, let's all have a chat. Let's all take a seat. And
When he says who, does Rock think he's lying?
oh,
You can make an insight check.
I would love to. Ooh. That's a 22.
No, you don't.
He really, honestly.
He seems to not know who that is. And
Okay.
he seems actually fuzzy on many details there. So
okay. What was the druid circle called that the ghosty lady we found?
Minas Herion.
Minas Herion. Well, let me tell you a tale, Mr. Ralakai, spelled with an I, about a certain druid circle that saved all of Luna Valley thousands of years ago from a guy named Zancrown. And then I will tell him the story.
Okay.
That the ghost lady told us.
Which if you listen to episode 4, you can hear the
exactly.
story.
Rewind, and you should know already.
Blah, 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 blah.
Loyal listeners.
So this story is about, to recap very quickly, how the Minas Herion Druid Circle dropped a glacier into the valley during an outbreak of the Demonplague to seal the plague beneath the glacier and keep everything at bay. This was 1,000 years ago.
1,000.
The plague has been on and off for the last like 4,000 or 5,000 years has been happening. So this was a big deal. This was their solution to stopping it. It cost the lives of everyone in the valley at the time, but it saved the world, at least for 1,000 years or so. So while you are telling that story, you see Ralakai nodding, and it seems like some of the fog that he's kind of in while working stops, and he stops working and he listens to you very intently, Rain, and says, Yes, that does sound... I know all about the glacier. I didn't know where it came from, but I was trapped in the ice for a long time, and it's why I have this form. And he motions to his gray, pallid form, which you can see isn't breathing.
Is he ripped? Is he like in shape or whatever? I'm just asking. Shirts are off.
he looks toned, I guess.
right.
would be the
Like-
thing to say. He doesn't look like he's not a super bulky dude, but he looks like he probably has not eaten for the last 1,000 years.
He could use
not
some
a
time in
bad
the punch
shape
and
to be in.
kickatorium.
Yeah.
Right,
Hey man,
right.
we can talk. We can get that tone to the next level. All right, we can build muscle on there.
Yeah, I would say he looks stringy, probably, is the best. If you were to try to snap into him like he were a Slim Jim, it would be probably very stringy. So,
Okay, noted. If I want to eat him later. Okay, cool. So I say, Ralakai, wouldn't it be better to stop using your powers to experiment on the innocents and instead work to a solution to defeat Zancrown? Perhaps together we can do so. He is a strong figure, but we are strong. You are strong. Can't you see the power of love will defeat him?
And Rock looks askew and is like, what?
Just go with it. Just go with it.
make
No.
a persuasion check.
Oh boy.
I was thinking the power of like my arrows and your punching and his
Yeah,
knife.
yeah, but I mean, we're talking cooperation, so
Yeah.
persuasion.
Cooperation is different than love.
Yeah, and you have advantage on this, Rudy.
Oh, thanks.
Do I feel like this is an appropriate time to hand out a matchmaking flyer?
Oh, that's why I get advantage.
That's right. Yeah, you're being aided by, you're backed up. You have this whole entourage that has dismantled his operation at this point. So I think advantage makes a lot of sense here.
Perfect.
I rolled an 18 with my
Hey.
plus
Okay.
0 modifier, so the
I'll
dice
go
are
ahead and
different.
take credit for that.
Yeah, so you're talking, and then the flyer comes out, the pamphlet, and he takes it and looks it over and mutters to himself, "Well, has been a lonely last few years."
Yeah. It's like
Listen,
a,
just because
last
you're not
3,000
breathing doesn't
years.
mean you can't find someone to talk to.
yeah,
true.
and like an awkwardly drawn picture of Harley on there. Just like it's not
Oh.
necessarily her, but like Quint, it probably could be her. Like just
And he says, "This Zancrown is the cause of the disease, and you're
Mhm.
saying I am treating the symptom. But
Yes.
how do I know we have what it takes to kill this individual? They are very powerful. I've been researching this disease for a long time.
Mm.
It's been in this valley for thousands of years, and not even the glacier could put it to rest. How do we stop this thing?"
Well, that's what we need to find out. And we can't if we keep having to deal with the disease and people trying to kill each other and experiment on each other for disease. We need to spend time looking into the Zen Crown and finding it.
Ralakai, you are clearly a great scientist, a great researcher. If you were to move your efforts towards researching Zancrown, and perhaps if we search for the remaining members of Ministerion, is that right? I think.
Ministerium,
Yes,
yeah.
we can find a solution again together, working together. I reach out to shake his hand.
Oh, you've moved that far into the
Yeah,
room.
well, he's also within punching distance if things need to be going that way.
All right.
We have established I am at arm's length.
I am engaged with him if need be.
He looks at your hand, and you can see there's like it's crossing through his mind, but he's not there quite yet. And he says, but he's looking at your hand, and then he looks you in the face and says, "I am so close to a cure, though. We could put this whole thing to rest. I just need more subjects. Perhaps you could bring me those you think are worthy of more of an experimentation. I don't need the humanoids of the valley. I can leave them alone, but if you could find other subjects and
like
bring them,
like a polar
then
bear?
I could aid you in your
Polar
cause."
bears or animals? No, that's still kind of. Well, it all goes back to Zancrown, Ralakai. You find a cure now. 500 years later, cure doesn't work anymore. Okay, he'll adapt. He'll find a way.
Or who says it's 500 years? Maybe
Yeah.
it's tomorrow. Maybe
Exactly.
you find cure tomorrow, and then the Zen Crown does something else.
These are clearly thoughts that have not occurred to him, and he grabs a chair, like a stool that he's been using to sit on, and just like sort of needs a moment and sits down.
Let's
So,
all
We
take
have
a seat.
blown
Topher,
his mind.
Topher, want to take a seat? Join us. Get some rations. Let's all have a meal. Let's all talk. You know, I think better on a full stomach. So let's
Rock
all think
immediately
about
starts handing over rations.
Topher, I like your buddy. I point to the weird saber-toothed zombie thing.
the saber-toothed zombie growls, but Topher comes over. Topher pops a squat.
Have some
grabs-
granola. Have some
Wait,
granola.
what?
And says, thank you. Oh, yes, it's very good.
Good.
And
We'll win his heart at the very least.
Isabel hands Topher a Werther's original candy.
Ooh, whoa.
his eyes light up. And,
Yeah, they do.
he shares a story about how he used to eat these when he was a child. His
Aw.
grandmother would give them to him.
Oh, that's sweet.
You can also see Topher on his belt, now that he's close, has a set of shrunken human heads
Oh.
that are tied
Topher.
to his belt.
Gotcha,
Cool.
Topher.
Just
Gotcha.
like Grandma used to make.
Probably.
So Topher sits down. He looks at all of you and starts eating and is just sort of looking expectantly. And Ralakai says, "It was my mission to end the demon plague, to find a cure to the demon plague. I will help you if you agree to drop any prejudices or charges you may have against me for my experimentations."
But we are not cops. We're just
Hmm.
people who like to kill evil people. So we have no charges. Prejudices. I mean, I don't like the killing and the experimentation. I can't get rid of those. But if you're going to stop doing that, it would be helpful.
Can you tell me where I might be able to begin researching the origins of the disease? I have plenty of subjects, and he points back at the cage, that I can start searching for more abyssal origins and looking at things like that. Of course, with the demon plague being named as it is, I had my suspicions, but yes.
There were ruins that old Bozig told us about that had been recently. Hadn't there been like corruption and abominations suddenly infesting them?
Yeah, there's actually ruins kind of all over the valley that that have been being
Okay.
covered.
So I think maybe if you went there and began searching and for things that can give you more information, in those catacombs there might be old tombs, old information. We can start looking for some of these ghosts from the Druid Circle, which I believe they're scattered all over the Luna Valley as well. And then, in a month or whatever, sooner probably, we can meet up again and, combine notes, talk about what we found out. I think, defeating Zancrown and being heroes of the valley will definitely help you going forward with your branding. Because this stuff is not, it's not cool, man. You know, right? At the end of the day, people are going to be a little weirded out by it. Let's be honest.
You must also assist us in giving these people funerals.
Yes. Good point. Very good point.
We can't just leave their bodies here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I can easily make them follow you back to town.
Okay, that's
Or
But that's creepy.
yes.
it's kind of
I'm not here to yuck your yum. Jeez.
okay.
It's efficient.
Look.
What it is.
Listen, that kind of talk is only good when it is a mutual understanding between two consenting adults, and you did not get anybody's consent here. Nobody
Isabel
here agreed to be a zombie ahead of time.
Isabel clutches the pearls a little when she hears Roxanne. She's just like,
What? I am 3 years old. I've been taught about consent.
Earth 3?
Yes.
Interesting. Fascinating. How old are people when they die in your...
Okay, Ralph
Okay,
is
this
like...
is a weird.
Oh, he's talking about Eric Kokra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, no, Eric Coker we only live until like 20 or so.
Yes. I see.
We're getting off topic here,
And you
Ralakai. I
stop
don't like the
looking
path we're
at her
going
like
down. Okay, I gotta be honest. This is again, we're talking branding. And,
Isabel like edges
just
her
mean with-
shield in front of Rock, just like okay.
With such a high turnover rate, I could have an army of flying zombies.
What the
No, not without asking first.
Oh, yes. Would you be amenable to being a zombie when you're dead?
She
No.
clearly would not.
First off, I don't want to be a zombie. Second, zombies have hard time flying because you start to lose parts of your body, and I need all of the aerodynamic feathers that I have on me.
What
So
about a
it-
ghoul?
No.
No.
Okay.
Ralakai,
Thank you
you're
for
not
asking.
you're not making this easy for us, buddy. Okay, we wanna work together to stop the demon play. That's our focus right now. That should be our focus, not about building an undead army of Aarakocra.
Yeah, have we considered that maybe Ralakai is happy with his brand because
That's a good point.
he seems cool with it.
That's true.
It seems
We
like
at least
he's
taught him
easily-
about asking first.
Yeah.
It seems like he's easily sidetracked.
Yeah,
is
I'm
sort of what you're getting.
concerned about letting him loose in those.
I was gonna,
ruins.
I'm giving you side eye. We'll get this thing done first, and we'll deal with him later.
Yeah.
So,
But Rock is kind of curious, and she'll go, Ralika, you talked about being trapped in the ice for all these years. So you were around before the glacier.
Yes, I was sent into the valley by my master. I was apprenticed to a man named Mikhail Gravda and
history
his
check
family.
or religion
What-
check. Can I do
Sure,
either?
go ahead. Lore would probably be history.
History. Okay. 13.
I would also like to roll for that
Sure.
Nice.
Go ahead.
as soon as I find where I put my dice.
Lisa dice, please.
I
I
found.
don't think there'd be
I
any
got
way.
him.
Hey!
Got the Lisa dice.
I don't think there'd be any way that Rock would know about this, so I'm not going to roll.
Oh my gosh, Lisa dice did not fail me.
Yay.
Thank you. Yeah, 18.
Okay, so this is very faintly something you may have heard of, Isabel. That there, a long time ago, there might have been a necromancer named Mikhail Gravda, who you don't really know about because it's not like Mikhail terrorized the land or anything. Mikhail was just sort of a person who was more of a necromantic scholar. They did a lot of research. They created some spells in the field that are used by wizards and that sort of thing. Nothing is really known about his personal history as far as you know. Anyway. It's not a thing that's widely known anyway.
Oh, so he's not remembered as like a terrifying tyrant who
Yeah.
destroyed the countryside or anything like that?
He's like,
Right. No.
He's like an
No.
academic. He's a necromantic enthusiast.
Right, exactly. And is sort of known for like necromancy magic is never really seen as like a great thing, but it does have its uses, and you know, people still use some of these spells and that sort of thing.
I
You know,
mean,
even
technically-
Torsten
Technically
knows Chill
raised,
Touch,
yeah, chill touch, and technically raised dead
right? Yeah,
is
yeah. So
necromancy.
Okay.
yeah, so there are necromantic things that people use. The blindness deafness spell, I think, is also another one that
Oh.
Torsten
Alright.
knows. So that being said, obviously what Ralakai has been up to has not been great. So Ralakai says, I was apprenticed to him, and he was like family. We were almost like brothers. And I watched his family die, succumbing to the demon plague as it spread throughout the land, until finally Mikhail came down with it himself.
Oh,
As a personal mission and promise to him, I went into the valley seeking a cure. I took an entire retinue of his servants with me, and they were all slaughtered at the hands of Valak. And he turns and he looks at the creature in the cage. And he says, these terrible creatures killed and then eventually became my friends. I had no one left to turn, and I thought I would die of starvation. And so I began a ritual to transform my own body, so I would not succumb to the plague, but I would spend the rest of my days in the state you see now, not quite dead, but certainly not alive. As I completed that ritual, the ice crashed upon the ground, and I was trapped. And now I continue to search for the cure, though I am sure Mikhail is gone. Still, there are others who might be saved, and that's why I did this. But if what you're telling me is true, then perhaps the best way to end this disease once and for all is to kill this sand crown.
We have been told that this thing is a plague demon.
A plague demon. I'll have to do some research into that. Is there anywhere you know of any books where I might start? Perhaps you met my apprentice, who Horlin, a gnome. Operations. Did you happen to let him live?
You
Well,
know,
wait.
we blew him up good.
Was he the one that we found at the bottom of Fort Kick-Ass?
No. That was
death?
Piotr. That was Piotr.
Oh, right.
This guy's in little pieces.
Yeah, that guy blew up.
Yeah, he was sort of Piotr's jailer.
It was mysterious.
okay.
We didn't see him.
Yeah.
No, we didn't let him live.
I think he escaped into the wilderness. He gave up his ways and wanted to return to nature. I don't know what that was about. That's what I heard. Anyway,
Or he is dead. No.
Yeah,
See,
one of those two.
Here's the problem. And she'll look right at Ralakai and be like, here is the problem. You've been sending out all of these people to capture and torture and turn innocent people into experiments, and that's what we've been doing, is stopping those people. So no, he is dead. Lots of those people are dead.
It's really hard to tell. There were so many body parts.
So many pieces. He might. I don't know. He might have, again, nature.
He nods understandingly and then says, "Is there anything left of a corpse I could get it to talk to?" See what he knew. He was doing valuable research, may have come across something about
I don't
this.
know if he was in little pieces or just, I think you described him as all like burnt up or something.
Yeah, he was definitely. He was crispy.
Yeah, I think they're crispy.
He was a overdone
What
nugget.
about the books he was researching? Are those still in town?
Oh, I think those still might be in the basement of Fort
Yeah.
Kick-Ass,
Oh, I
right?
thought Torsten actually. Okay, so this is not Rock isn't saying this. I think Torsten has them.
Oh.
Take all those
yes,
books.
he did take
We
them.
haven't had time to look at any of them because, like, being framed for murder and fires and shit. But, like, I think he's got them.
Does he have them, or did he put them in the tavern?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't think he had time to put them in the tavern.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
gonna
gonna
say
say,
he
there-
did not have time.
Yes, I
We
agree.
don't have time to do anything.
Everyone in favor of him not having time to put them in his bedroom at the tavern.
Yes, hand raised. It's been in our bag of holding the entire
Raise your
time.
hand, Lauren.
I agree. I don't think he would have had the time. I
Yes.
think
Thank you.
we barely had the time to do anything.
We have to
I
get
honestly
that out of
think
the way
got
before
them
Unfortunately,
back.
the
Dungeons
DM
and
takes them
Dragons
from us.
It's
No,
not
honestly-
a democracy, but I do.
No.
So,
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Well, listen.
I mean, it's not, but I do agree. I think, yeah, he would have had them in his pack and probably would have
Oh, thank goodness.
left with his pack and that sort of thing. So
I can't leave the recipe. I can't lose the recipes and the books.
Well, you didn't get them.
Only one. Tragic.
I also could see after everything that happened in town, him not wanting to leave those books around for say
Yes.
Halloween. Like,
Jalen.
yeah, like we don't quite trust those people. So
yeah. So Ralakai says, I could stay here and look through those texts. I will send Kunk in
Topher,
and
you mean?
What?
Topher?
He points to the cat when he says
Oh.
Kunk. And Topher into the wilds, and they will see what they can come back with research-wise.
The cat's name is Kunk.
Kunk.
But not like
Cats, I didn't name it, and
Look,
you can see Topher is like, Kunk, and then the cat like pads over and he like pets the like some fur and skin sloughs off while he pets his head. The ear droops down and just doesn't come back up.
Does Topher look like a
Kunk is
magic
good.
user? Does he has the shrunken heads? Does he strike me as someone who knows necromancy as well, or?
No, Topher has. You can see he's wearing armor. Has like a big sword strapped.
he just
across.
likes to accessorize.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Isabel's
Rocco
gonna
said-
give him another Werther's.
He could
Rox-
use assistance, and at that, Ralakai like raises his eyebrow and looks at the three of you, and then jerks his head towards Grant Ellington.
Well, what kind of hunting are you talking about? I thought we established that you're not looking for like.
he's gonna go to like the ruins to look for more like
Yes,
tomes
yes.
and
Oh,
things
okay,
like
all
that.
right.
The plan, my friend. I'm sorry, your name again.
Oh, the introductions: Rock, Isabel, Rain, Torsten,
Yes.
Grant.
It is a good plan, Rain.
And
I
Garf.
Oh,
like it.
and
If I
Gorf. He's like our
yes,
conch.
a fine rug. And he like when you point out Gorf, Ralakai like goes over and starts examining.
Gosh.
All right.
Yes,
Cool.
a fine rug of smothering. Yes, I could use-
Isabel will like lean into Rain and be like, "Real cool of you to give the necromancer our names, man."
What? What's that matter?
And he says, "Oh, Isabel, I know your name. It's right here on this pamphlet."
It is. And I think my address is there too.
Yes, it is. Yes, yeah. Here we go. Oh, yes, lovely picture of your family in here.
Yeah, I bet I used my
Excellent
family as
drawing.
like a stock, like a stock photo. Find love. I love perfect.
Oh, yes. What an adorable baby. Yes, this is great.
Excuse me?
Listen, I would never
What?
harm a child Scout's honor. I would never, ever do such
Yeah.
a terrible thing. I do this for them. And he
Okay,
like
wow.
motions to everything around him. But now
Yeah.
we are allies.
Yes. And
We will-
Ralakai, I want your word on your master that you will not capture and attempt to raise or experiment on any more humanoids. Let's do this right.
Yes. You have my word that as long as the 5, 6, like looks at Gorf is trying to make a call and says, as long as the 6 of you are alive, I will be sure to not capture and experiment on any living humanoids.
Do I believe him?
I look at Rock immediately.
Sure.
I'm
make
trying
an
to
insight check.
I'm trying to determine whether or not Eric Hoker are humanoids.
They are.
Ah.
They are. Yes. Yeah. Humanoid
But,
is
like,
the-
Any intelligent sentient
Yeah.
There's the
creatures.
mechanical definition of humanoids. He's
Yeah.
got a
Yeah,
copy.
not like a centaur or
Yeah.
a minotaur.
No, even those are humanoids. They're just also
Any
yeah, they're
PC
both.
or
What?
NPC kind of
I thought they were.
if they're a player character, they're considered both.
Oh,
Mhm.
cool.
Very interesting for some things, but
I'm not
I was
trying to
checking.
get off on a technicality here. No living creatures will I experiment on.
Okay.
and that's a 22 for my insight to see
Oh.
do I believe him.
Once they mysteriously die, though.
You do. He seems to be very on board with this plan and
Okay.
is sort of relieved. You get the feeling that like he knows you have the upper hand here because of your history dismantling his operation and that sort of thing. He'd rather not die, and the fact that what you've come to do is like actually help him with what his ultimate goal is, that sounds great to him, you know?
Cool. Well, this went different than what I thought, but good in a good way.
He
Okay.
says, now, I just want to see, should something happen to you, this is a dangerous mission we're going to undertake. I've already asked you, Rock, but Isabel, Rain, Torsten, would you be interested in, should your corpse become...
No more raising dead. That's part of it as well.
Oh, no,
I
I can't. I'm
Sound
sorry. I can't agree to that. What about other creatures I come across that are dead? There's so many corpses of bears and wolves and things just lying around.
What? Why?
Just
lying
waste. I could
around.
use
Why?
those to help search for cures. I could use them to go team up with Kunk and Topher and find things. There are dangerous things in those ruins. They need allies, and you're not giving me mine.
Are you expecting me to believe that an undead polar bear can actually help you collect research for a cure?
No, but it can protect those who are doing that. Have you
What?
seen no dangers on your road while you have traveled the valley?
I feel like all the dangers have come from undead polar bears.
They have been mostly from you.
We
It's
saw,
the
well, we
things
saw
that
like a
you.
crazy cult
That's why
too.
we're here.
Remember?
Okay, yeah, but we talked them down.
No, we didn't. We beat them up.
Did we do that?
Yeah, they.
Yeah, we tried
ended
to
up
talk them
attacking
down,
us.
and then they wanted to eat us.
Did I-
At that moment, there's
I
a
don't
howl.
remember beating up. I feel like I'd remember beating up a cult.
We definitely
We definitely beat up a cult.
fought them.
We tried to talk to them, and then we beat them up.
Yeah.
What's my alignment?
That's a fine
There were-
question that I
there were
ask
good
2 to
reasons.
3 times every session.
We did try. They had taken prisoners, and they
We
were
did,
sacrificing
yeah.
people.
I think
like,
you
it
wanted to
wasn't-
kill the prisoners that we have, if I recall, that you
wanted-
argued
I
with
don't
me and Torsten about that.
He wanted a whole bunch of our people to be like turned over for sacrifices. Like the whole thing
Yeah.
went south. It was. They
know.
were bad people.
I must have blacked out that whole episode.
Gotcha. Isabel, you were in a blood rage. You know, it happens to half orcs.
We were so upset about everything that happened. No, it was bad. It was. They
Okay.
were.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
your
bad.
grandma memory
What's-
is all.
It was basically this, except they instead of okay, sure, I'll stop doing undead things and horrible experiments. It was no, we want you to join us in the undead
I could have
experiment, and so we killed them.
I could have sworn that we just like hung out and had dinner and just like.
We did, and then we killed them for their purple hats.
Exactly. Oh yeah, that's
We
right.
got the witch hat.
Yeah.
The witch hat's
That
good.
I'm wearing.
Oh my
possibly? I don't know. I got because
Isabel has just sobered up.
Everyone's tuned in for like this epic end of the year
I'm
fight.
so
And we're all just
sorry.
sitting around being like, yes, and he got this very nice hat from a whole bunch of cultists who are praying to a dead god that wanted people to
Yeah.
sacrifice. Oh,
Okay.
it was so bad. Like, we've come
Okay.
across so much shit on the road.
Okay.
So-
Yeah.
You won't be surprised.
Isabel's rosé hangover is over now. We're done.
So,
4 days.
so Ralakai says, I promise I will not harm anyone in order to raise them to undeath. I'm just talking about corpses that are freely available. Think of me like a freegan.
what?
A what?
A freegan.
A
It's
what?
an ancient term
Oh,
for people
okay.
who use resources that are free.
This sounds made up, but
Uh,
I'm willing to go with it.
I'm going to say animals only. Again, no sentient or formerly sentient creatures.
Yeah. Isabel starts to object, but then like looks at their pet rug of smothering and is
Mhm.
like, I
Uh,
feel like that's fair.
Same kind of
He-
concept.
Feels the same.
It looks like Ralakai doesn't love those terms, but is agreeing to.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Okay, that is fine. I understand. You have your gods and your respect for. those
Okay, well, you know,
You don't have to be condescending about it. Yeah.
Please. We can fight it out right now if you prefer, but
No.
I'm trying to
I
help
think
you
this
out, buddy.
solution is what's best for the valley and indeed all of Toro.
So what is in these ruins that you are so interested in diving into?
Well, this is Rain's plan.
Yeah,
We'll look
we-
for evidence of
Yeah.
this Zan crown, this plague demon, and see what I might find.
I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
we just know that like there's abominations in the ruins, so maybe he can figure something out there.
There are. I would be careful. Kunk here tells me that he's seeing more and more Velok out and about. in
Ugh,
the valley.
really? Okay. Are they
Um,
congregating in any particular area, or it's just like
Oh,
wandering
no.
around?
Yeah, the terrible thing about Velok is they don't much like anyone, including each other.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
do you know the best way to kill them without having to lose a
Oh.
dagger every time you do it?
Oop, are you looking something up? Hello?
Uh-oh.
I'm here. Okay.
I'm here too.
Everybody here? Okay.
I dropped. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and you're back.
You're back.
Yes. So I'm sorry, I missed Rock. What you were saying?
Oh, Rock is gonna ask, do you know a way to kill these things without having to lose a dagger every time you do it?
Lose a dagger.
Do they have any particular weaknesses?
Or how like we are worried about catching the demon plague, and so every time I stab something, I don't get my dagger back.
Well, the interesting thing about Zvalok are that the way you get the demon plague is by looking them in the eyes.
Is this right? This doesn't sound right. Wasn't it through like gas or something?
Well, wait, does Rock think that Ralakai believes this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So whether or not it's true,
yes.
Ralakai believes it's true.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why this terrible creature here is facing the way he is. I would not turn to look directly into its eyes, or it is horrid.
Do they have like a range of effectiveness? Like if how like if I'm just walking around and I see one and I just happen to make very distant eye contact, does that count? Listen, we got to get down to specifics here.
He says he pulls out some notes and like has this notebook that looks weathered, and like some of the pages look big, like they're waterlogged and crunchy and stuff, and is flipping around, and he says, you will need to be fairly close to them. If you see one in the distance, it cannot give you the plague, but I would run in the opposite direction if I were you.
Okay.
For you can see they still have terrible weapons. Claws, feet, bites.
So Isabel has like nothing when it comes to Arcana or anything like that, but she does have survival utilizing the idea of like animals in the wild and things like that. Does she have any, could she determine if this is like an effect to charm them and lower their guard, or an effect to frighten people? Can she make a roll to determine that?
Sure. Yeah, you could make a. Yeah, I would say survival or nature check.
It's gonna have to be survival. It's not gonna be nature. Oh, yay! I rolled a 19, so that's a 23.
Okay. So this doesn't sound like anything natural to you. Like gaining a disease through a staring contest.
Yeah, that seems
is
weird.
not.
But they're also demons, so.
Yeah, it sounds like what it is a way to. You would guess that it's more about the disease itself. That this is a way to quickly spread a disease. It's almost like the disease is controlling the host.
Oh, okay. So like.
So, okay, wait. How many of these that we've encountered have been Velok, and how many have just been like undead creatures?
They've all just been undead creatures, I think, right? Just carriers.
Have they like the one that was under the mud, the one that was, and the one that was in the bottom of Fort Kickass?
Yeah.
Like,
so, are you asking me?
Uh-oh.
Because I will say that this thing in the cage looks very different.
Okay.
In the sense that it looks more together, looks less
So,
decomposed
okay.
and more meaty.
Okay.
The other ones look like maybe they are like the downgraded version.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So
I
maybe
understand
the gas thing is only for like maybe only carriers like the
Yeah.
Velok do the gaze.
Yeah, and
And
just
then-
everyone else.
Yeah,
is,
and then
like,
anybody who's
your normal
infected.
folk. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if one of these things were to get to like any like two what is it called? I forgot the name of the city that
Tomar's Crossing.
Tomar's
Oh,
Crossing.
Tomar's
Like
Crossing,
it
yeah.
could wipe out the entire city. Like that's terrifying. How do you fight these things? do arrows kill them? How do we fight them?
And he says, well, I wouldn't go punching them unless you have magic fists.
Well,
Don't tell him
And he says, I would use magic and strike from afar, but that's pretty much how I handle all situations. I would say they are resistant to blades and magic to a point. They don't have any specific weaknesses I know of, but I can help one of you get protected. And you see he's wearing this amulet around his neck, which he pulls off and says, in my new form, I actually have no need of this. This was something I crafted before I went out into the valley to protect myself. But now I cannot catch any disease, for I am undead, as you can see. And he holds forth this, it's like on a rope. It's this little rope amulet that has like a clay medallion on it that has a symbol on it that looks almost like a sand star or like a sand dollar, that has like those concentric ovals around the sides of it. So that is what he is handing forth to you. And Torsten can tell it is magic for sure.
Is Topher wearing one?
Ooh.
Topher is indeed wearing one.
Is the cat wearing one?
The cat
Cat's
is not.
undead.
Oh.
Well, I don't know.
The cat has a
No, but
name
it would be a
too.
good way to
Maybe
know if he was lying.
Yeah,
He was
just
wearing one.
just checking.
Isabel, why don't you take this? You're
What?
gonna-
Why would I want this?
Oh.
I was going to suggest that Torsten take it because Torsten is the one that can heal people, and so we probably want him to not get turned
Well,
into.
I was figured Isabel would be in the face of any of them that we fight, like front, so she's most likely to make eye contact.
That's actually a really good point.
That's
Also,
true.
like, this is gonna sound like an evil question.
No, never from
But-
Isabel.
Like, why didn't you just take his eyes? Can you do that? Can you not do that? Is there something that specifically prevents you from doing that?
Well, I'm studying the disease, so I didn't want to take the eyes. And I need to have a way to give the disease to others.
So you think that taking his eyes would get rid of his capability of spreading the disease?
I think so. It is a thing that I may do now that we've had this conversation, and I am now pursuing a different form of research.
You wanna give it a shot right now?
I'll
be
leave the room if that's
cool.
the case. You can test your new amulet if you want with
Be
it.
real
but-
cool.
And he says, okay.
I'm
Stand
gonna
back.
cover my face. Cover my eyes.
And he mumbles to
Scared.
himself, and two bolts of magical force come out of the end of his staff, and
Ready.
they strike this thing right in the eyes. You hear sickening pops as ichor sort of explodes everywhere, and then you hear this
yes.
terrible, awful wailing.
Oh, I mean, no. Oh no.
But is the creature still
How's-
alive?
How's he doing?
Yes, the creature
How
seems
you
very
doing,
much to
buddy?
be still animated and screaming and screeching.
Okay. This is the problem now, though.
Well, this is a problem before, but at least now it's
What's the
a
problem?
problem.
How do we know it won't still pass the disease by, like, who are...
I think it's a good question, but the reality is if we come across one of these things, we're going to try to kill it. We're not going to take
Yeah,
out
we're
its
not
eyes
gonna
and then leave it
disable
like
it.
this. Like
Yeah,
you-
yeah.
So
that's
in the
the
end,
point.
like it's good to know, but I don't think we need to worry. I think
I'm just saying, because we have some downtime right now. That...
I
Okay,
can't-
Yeah,
yeah,
but
you're
I am-
right. That's
We'll
actually
figure
getting
it
into
out
like
later.
really evil territory.
Well,
Yeah.
it's okay. Wait,
I'm
it's
gonna
only
pull back.
evil. It's
Yeah.
only. I think it's only evil if, like, I think that's a good question. I think Rock agrees it's a good question.
Yeah.
But like, how to go about testing that goes down the Ralakai.
yeah.
None of us want to. But I don't
Grant
think it's
Ellington
You're right.
is like,
Not a single one of us wants that.
Yeah.
You are correct.
what are we saying here? What are we asking here? What is going on? Are you giving me to him? Is that what's going on right now?
Oh, he asked. I
No.
guess.
Oh no.
No one gives anyone to
No, no,
anybody.
no.
Remember the whole consent.
He
Plus,
asked.
you're right,
He
you're
asked if Grant would go with Topher as an escort.
Yeah,
And
of course
I
he
don't
will.
think that's a bad idea, because then Topher can keep eyes, Grant can keep eyes on Topher, and make sure he doesn't do anything crazy
Oh,
or
I
evil or
would
whatever.
prefer to stay with you. Why not send Beritus? He would be much better.
Didn't
What
he
did
already
you
leave?
just say to me?
Well, wait. I thought Baratus left with the.
He did.
the-
Sure
Yeah.
did.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we would, but Baratus is not here. He
You
is
would
gone.
not. Why are we even pretending like that's an option that would happen? Because it's not an option.
It can't be an
Grant.
option. Baratus is not here.
You are a renowned hero of the valley. I think that if anyone can take up this mission, it is you and only you.
All right, I have stupid question. Why don't we go?
Well, we can
If
do
we
other
really-
things.
If like what?
Like find the Druid Circle, the ghosts of Minas Tirith, and try and find more information on how to find Zankron and kill him.
That's awesome, but where? Like, do we have a place to go? Do we have an idea of where to go?
I was going to meet you back at Fort Frostfell with more information on that.
Oh, she
and
was?
give you some idea of where to go. Yeah, that was
Oh.
part of the sort of deal.
Okay.
We
Okay.
just haven't been back to Fort Frostfell.
Yeah.
So.
No, we've been busy. Gee, I wonder
Yeah.
why.
Isabel will hold up a handful of strawberry chewy candies and tell Grant that they are all his.
Whoa.
If he goes with Topher.
Also, I'll
Well,
give you...
I am the hero of the valley.
You are, and heroes get extra strawberry candies.
Yes. You will tell everyone of my bravery, won't you?
When you
course.
come back, you will be able to tell everyone of bravery too.
And I want free matchmaking services.
Okay, yes, you will get free matchmaking services.
Okay. I just
And
want to be
Rock will-
sure.
Rock will
Yeah.
look over at Isabel and be like, "Is that something that we get for being heroes?"
Yes,
Oh,
everybody who deserves it gets
what a
it.
perk.
Oh my god.
But then I will try to deserve it because that sounds like fun.
Yeah, everybody except Rain, because Rain did promise me 1/3 of his gold, and I'm not taking it back now.
Oh, yeah. Go for it.
Yeah. Rain is not grandfathered into this deal.
No. It's everybody who deserves the free gold, which is specifically, or the free matchmaking services, which is specifically Grant.
He needs it, probably.
He does.
Okay.
I mean, no.
Then, cool. Grant, there you go.
Go off and be awesome with Undead Kitty and Topher.
Topher seems like a cool guy. Just, don't let him look at your head for too long or what. I don't know. Just keep an eye on him.
Oh, do
I
we
think we lost
lose?
James again. He looks frozen again.
Uh-oh.
He looks so concerned when he's
There he
frozen.
is. James,
No
are you back?
candies for
He
him.
looks super concerned.
Yeah, sorry about this. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. At least you come back
so-
fairly quick. What's
Yeah.
okay?
Because
So
mine's hardwired now. So it has
yeah.
someone else.
That's right. Yeah. So
No.
now I'm.
All right. So
Okay.
Grant has agreed to go off with Topher.
So Grant has agreed to go off with Topher. Ralakai is going to do research with some of the books that sounds like Torsten may actually have on him.
Mhm.
I will double check with Robert to make sure it's cool that Torsten does that, but I think he would probably be fine with it.
Yeah, because we've already looked over them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and you can see he's got some other books and things that have also been collected around here. So yeah, so yeah, Topher and Grant Ellington are ready to go off. So Ralakai says, "Well, then it sounds like we have a plan. Should I expect you back here in a month's time or less?"
Yeah, I guess a month is probably a good timeline for now. I'm trying
is
to...
there an easier way to come in here besides going through a cave?
Oh, yeah.
He says, "Oh yes, 1 minute." And he says, "Just stay right where you are, very, very still."
What do I think he's doing? What, like, can I insight him real quick? Is he about to do some shit? What? Oh, that's a natural 1. Rock will stay very, very still.
Okay.
Isabel will hand her a candy.
So, and he like snatches at your hand and grabs your wrist and says, "Very still, I am not kidding. This is for your own safety." And then he takes one of those bowls that has a bunch of organs in it and throws some powder in it, and then lights it on fire with magic, like poof, shoots a little firebolt in there. Whole thing lights up. He starts chanting and raising this bowl to the sky, and this green and blue smoke starts coming out of the bowl and swirls all around you. And then as it swirls around you, it forms this duplicate of you made of the smoke, like this outline of each of you that gets up and stands and then walks through that magical doorway, that illusionary doorway you saw. And he says, "Okay, now you should be able to use that door without any problem, so that'll work."
What was that?
It was a special ritual to get through the door without the lightning shocking you. It was pretty funny, your reaction earlier. That was pretty good, if I say so myself.
Right.
Your definition of funny and mine are very different.
You never laughed at someone who fell down, Rock? Never laughed at the pain of others? Slapstick comedy?
No, because when we fly, we fall very long way, and it usually is broken bones and things.
Yes.
Isabel snatches her candy
Squander
bag.
those resources.
Give me my candy.
We can
Okay.
use, you have sending probably. You're a necromancer, you're a wizard. You know have sending, right? You know that spell? So
Sending
if-
a message? Well, no, message is short distance, right? Sending is the long one. Sorry. Never mind. Rock doesn't know anything.
if anything super important comes up, we'll shoot you a message, and likewise, you can send us a message. Cool. Okay? Cool. Good. I'm pumped. This is good, Ralakai. I'm happy with how this has turned out. I didn't want it to go another way, so to the death of Zancrown, and I raise a toast with my granola bar. The rations.
Hold out your
Topher-
hand again. Try again.
Yes.
Topher will say, "Oh yeah, one second." And you see goes into his back and pulls out this wineskin that actually looks very nice. You're not expecting this coming from a creature like Topher. And Topher says, "I've only got 1 cup, but if you have something to drink out of, this is very good." And he starts,
Sure.
He pours into his own cup, and you can immediately smell it. It's this very strong, sweet-smelling brandy that he has.
Topher, a man of class. I'm not surprised with a name like that. Sure, we probably have cups. Right, let's all have a drink. Let's all toast to the death of Zancrown. I think that's a worthy cause.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Rock will hold out a cup.
Grant, you can hold your liquor, right? Come here, you get one too, buddy.
Oh, yes. Excellent. Yes, I can certainly hold my liquor. I'll have a double.
I don't know if we have enough for a double. There's a lot of us here.
Grant, don't be
that's
greedy.
okay.
Don't be greedy, Grant.
Topher goes back and pulls out another very nice-looking wineskin.
I stand corrected. Never mind. Have a double.
Concerned about how much toasting and drinking they were doing in here while torturing refugees, but I'm not gonna
You
question.
notice Ralakai has doesn't drink because he is undead. So he has nothing to drink. But
That's
he
okay.
does-
That attitude.
Yeah, Crunk and Gorf are also not going to drink anything.
That's the
right.
cat's
Right.
new name. Crunk is the cat's new name.
Crunk, yes! A
Is
way
that not
better
his
name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Call the publisher. We got an edit.
Oh, Crunk. Oh, I thought it was
But it's
Crunk.
Crunk now
Crunk
because this
is
party is
definitely-
Crunk.
I totally had it written
Yeah,
down as
everybody's about to
Crunk.
get Crunk. That is true.
New name. Ready.
Okay, cool.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Crunk. Common is still very weird for me to say.
So yeah,
Nice.
there is a toast to the death of Zancrown.
Cheers.
Malachi tells you you're welcome to stay the night if you would like in his in the Star Elf Barrows where he has set up his makeshift lab.
How long did it take us? It was like 2 days to get here, right?
Yes.
And is this on the way? Is Fort Frostfell on the way back to Tomar's Crossing by
It is
chance? Or
So Tomar's Crossing is between you and Fort Frostvale.
oh, all right.
Yeah.
So okay, we have more to talk about too, like why we didn't kill the Necromancer when we get back to Tomar's Crossing. But
Do they have to know?
that's a very fine point. Okay.
They
Cool.
need to know that the necromancer has stopped doing the bad
Yes,
things.
that's
Yeah.
true. We don't need to
I
get
feel
into
like Rock will
specifics.
tell them either way.
That is also a good point.
So she's
It's
not
up to Rock. Yeah, we'll discuss it on the way.
Sure, exactly.
If we discuss it on the way, like she's not stupid,
Yeah, I
so
know.
she'll understand. She just won't lie.
Yeah, it's something that needs careful preparation ahead of time, as opposed to like if they just ask out of the blue. She might
Then
be
she'll know
like,
to be she'll know to be quiet, but she won't lie. And you
Okay,
all
that's
know
fine
that she
then.
just
Yeah.
refuses
yeah,
to
that's
lie.
fine. We'll talk about it on the way home.
Yeah, but she's not dumb. She just has no
Mhm.
charisma.
Yeah,
so
no,
she'll
I don't
just
think
Okay.
figure it out.
Yeah, I don't think she's dumb. She has different priorities on what to talk about and what not to talk about.
Mm.
So
This is very true. Yeah, but she'll understand the
Okay.
Cool.
the careful way to phrase this.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm cool with
Oh,
that.
man,
When we look out the door out through outside, is it dark? Is it light? Like what time of day is it?
When you look out the door, you can see that the sun is setting now.
I just want to say I've been playing D&D with James for maybe 10 or 15 years, and for every big boss fight I always try and make friends with them first. Always. And it's never worked until this moment, and this is just very exciting for me, I gotta
That's
say.
It'll be another
High five.
10 years.
Definitely high five.
Internet high five. I am
Yeah, I
honored to be
mean-
here to help in that.
Yes. So Ralakai, being a man of reason, sort of, and being a person who does not want to die, and also you all actually having sort of the same ultimate goal, is a good argument. Why wouldn't he go along with it, right? So, yeah, it makes perfect sense. Well done, everyone. Well reasoned and well argued. And you are now friends with an evil necromancer.
Woo!
We are allied.
Mm.
We are allied. Even Rock wouldn't call him a friend.
I don't know. He seems pretty cool.
Seems like it. We toasted.
We'll see what
That's
happens.
He
binding.
did pop a dude's eyes on command. I mean,
He popped it,
I need to. Maybe I shouldn't play good character.
So you took the amulet though, right, Isabel? You're cool with wearing
Yeah,
that? Okay,
yeah, I'm cool with
So-
it.
Isabel, that amulet is an original magic item found in the
Oh.
Demon Plague adventure, available now at roleplayingtips.com/demonplague and on Drive-Thru RPG.
Sarah, link it.
Hashtag ad.
Right. It is an amulet of demonic defense.
Ooh.
While you wear this amulet, you have advantage on all saving throws against spells and effects created by demons. Casting created by demons. In addition, you are immune to all diseases.
Whoa!
That's
All
pretty-
diseases.
Yeah. Okay.
That's pretty great.
It
Ralakai,
does
how do
require
we
attunement.
how do we make more of these things? How do we master
I was thinking the same thing. Like, why don't you make a ton of these things? We
Yeah.
could just hand them out.
How what is the requirements? Is it's like a really
Yeah.
hard thing to make?
Sounds like make these into like vitamins. Like,
Why
why don't we have like some Flintstones?
I just need the heart of a greater demon.
Oh,
Oh.
Okay, that is difficult. So
That is
that's would
difficult.
understand
Which-
why it's
wait. 1, 2, 3 amulets. How many hearts did you have on hand to make this?
My master, Mikhail Gravda,
Oh,
had the one
Oh,
which
very
I used to make this to protect myself. He was saving it for. Well, I won't get into it. It was gross.
Okay.
wow. If a necromancer thinks it's gross, that's amazing.
That
Wow.
is a very good
Okay.
point.
So one heart makes 3 amulets. Is that what we're saying?
No, you'll need one heart per amulet.
Oh, well,
Okay,
Topher
so
has
if
one
you-
too, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have 3 amulets, so we.
No,
Three or
two.
There's two.
Oh,
Topher
Oh,
had
did I
one
take
and Ralakai had one.
so
Ralakai
Oh,
gave
Ralakai
his
gave
over
mine.
his right now.
Oh, okay.
because he's undead, so he
Sorry,
can't.
I thought. Oh, okay. I'm an idiot. My bad.
I mean, if
that's
you
all right.
want to kill Topher and take it,
No,
No,
that's
no,
not what I was
no.
asking. I was just wondering the demon heart
Really?
to amulet ratio.
Mm.
Mostly because I'm like, oh, so you guys already like killed the greater demon? That's awesome. But it also, like, if they didn't kill one, like, what if one of them was in this one whose eyes we just popped? Like, can they live without hearts? I don't know. I was just wondering.
no, these Valak are not demons. They do not
Oh.
have. They just are demonic in appearance.
Oh.
But this is good to know. If we come across a greater demon, harvest its heart
Mm.
to get at least one more of these things.
Mm.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
Noted.
Put on checklist.
I mean, I'm tripping
Wow.
over demons left and right, so this will be good. I'll keep it in
This-
mind.
Who knows what we will
Yes.
find
Was
out.
this-
Normally, I'm just burying
Yes, you'll
my
need-
demons. It's a waste.
You'll need what's called a Type 6 demon. That is a Pelor or a Goretia.
Holy
Jeez.
crap.
Write that down.
Okay.
He
Write
just
that
he just hands us out like playing cards of them.
Yeah, that's
Just
right.
like
Here, have this. Happy
baseball
Halloween.
cards. Just like, oh my gosh.
He's
like-
got one of those monster card decks, and he's just
Yeah.
like, "Yep, it's one of these." It's actually a magic deck. He's like,
Yeah.
That's right.
"You
Watch
need
the
something
sleeve.
that's
Watch
at
the
least
sleeve. Don't
Yeah.
bend it.
We all get like beautiful magical Pokedexes. We could just
that
like,
one.
beep, beep,
That
beep,
one's signed by Orcus, you know.
Oh my God.
We need 9 mana to summon this creature, so be really careful."
Is this amulet, does it feel as fragile as a sand dollar? Like, I need to know now because I'm like, oh my god, a demon heart. It's like handing someone a newborn baby and you're like, I know nobody's probably ever dropped this baby, but I'm gonna be the first one.
It feels very solid, actually. When
Oh,
you
cool.
touch it, it surprisingly feels less brittle than you would expect it.
Yes,
to with the
perfect.
way-
That's what I wanted to hear. Thank you. I
Magic
just
items
make
for the
sure
win.
that it doesn't just like melt away in
Right.
the rain.
Whoops, and there.
And Rain, he is looking at you as you all are talking about the amulet, and Ralakai says, "You may not have need for one of these soon. You look as if you are training your body to become something more than flesh, similar to what I have done, but with a different kind of magic. Ancient magic."
Mm. Is that a thing that monks get? They get immune to disease later on? Oh, okay. Cool. Yes.
I think it depends on the subclass you take, but yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Good eye.
yeah,
You're right.
At 10th level, that's the thing you get, is called Purity of Body.
Oh, good. So that's
So-
awesome. Isabel and I can really beat the crap out of these things together.
And
So
I will stay way back because
Yeah,
rogues
you-
get jack and shit.
Three levels to give you the Demon Plague.
But then I get better?
So Ralakai invites you to stay if you want to stay the night.
We should,
It's up to
we
you.
should probably rest and go into the morning because we have to go all the way back to Tomar's Crossing and then we have to go to Fort Kickass.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. All right. I wanna. I wanna
Kunk,
talk. Oh,
make
yeah.
some space for our guests. And you see the cat goes and starts like grabbing bodies by the leg and clearing them off tables.
Well-trained cat.
Yes, he is very good. And then Topher sort of starts dragging these bodies and putting them in a corner.
Thanks, pal.
Well, take any table you like. I don't really sleep.
I wanna talk to Ralakai a lot. I want to ask him a lot of questions about his master. I want him to remember good memories about his master because I get the feeling that Mikhail might not have been evil. And I'm hoping that down the line I will bring up that if he's trying to do something, what would his master think? That's kind of my intention.
So,
that makes sense.
broad strokes of the story, he's very happy to talk about his master. That they met actually when they were both imprisoned.
Ooh, bad start. But okay, continue.
Yeah, and that Ralakai was a convicted murderer.
Oof. Okay.
Um,
Okay. Keep going, but let's keep hearing it.
but that Mikhail had actually been wrongfully imprisoned, and Ralakai helped him escape. In exchange, Mikhail started to teach him some of these necromancy secrets. So essentially, what had happened is an evil necromancer had actually like killed some folks and used their bodies to raise, an undead little battalion that sort of marched through town and killed a bunch of people. It got pinned on Mikhail, but it was not Mikhail's fault. At least according to Ralakai, this is how the story goes. And that Mikhail, even though he knew of Ralakai's past crimes, was grateful to him for getting him out of prison. They ran away to the Luna Valley, where they started a new life with Mikhail's family. And, he tells you some other sort of more boring, quote-unquote, stories about, like, they like to play chess together, and, the first spell that he ever learned was Chill Touch and that sort of thing, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Is there anything else specific you're looking for?
I want to know about Topher. How did you come in the companionship of this fine hobgoblin?
Oh, yes, well, I am the true brains behind the Barrel Hobgoblin operation.
I have his hat. I have the old guy's, whatever his name
Dower
was.
Keg?
Yeah, I have his hat, too. He had a fun hat. All right, I give Topher the hat. I have my purple hat, my purple wizard hat.
And he says, Dower Keg made a good face for the organization, but he's quite dumb. This is not unexpected. I don't have a clan to worry about anymore, thanks to all of you.
But you have a bigger purpose in saving the entire valley from Zencrown.
I do. Yes.
I look at Isabel and I'm like, sounds like someone needs a candy because he's sad.
I refuse to feel bad about this, but I will get him.
He says, Ralakai offered us a chance to be something greater than we were. But I don't think he could protect us like he said he could. But it seems like you can protect at least me.
And it'll have the added benefit of you not being a murderer and gang leader, so...
Well, there might still be some goblins left. And I will probably have to kill things in those ruins. It's part of the job.
Isabel takes the candy back.
This is a turning point in your life, Topher. This is an exciting moment for you. This is where we look towards a brighter future with less murder and thieving. And,
Listen, the difference between murder and self-defense is who attacked first.
I'm good, Isabel. And I'm finding the good in others. This is how you play a good character.
I'm just watching Topher like nod the whole time, like, "Oh yeah, turning point."
Yep.
He believes me. I know it.
Isabel's raised a teenage boy. Isabel knows what's up.
I haven't lived in the woods by myself for 10 years.
You know what? Rock is going to see the skepticism on Isabel's face and is going to give a hard look at Topher. Does Topher really think that this is like a turning point? Does Topher really agree, or is this, yeah, mom, whatever?
Yeah, okay, Mom.
I want to insight this guy.
Told you to stay out of my room.
He's going to think
that's a
back
17.
on this moment.
Yeah, Topher, you get the feeling that Topher, at this point, is just trying to live. Like,
yeah,
doesn't want to die, just wants to find a place that is safe, and is happy to agree with whatever is being said.
Well,
as long as it does not get him killed.
I'm sure he
Fair enough.
recognizes Grant Ellington to a degree as well and is like, "Hey, former gang buddy."
Oh, that's right. They should be friends.
Yeah. Let's go out to the wilderness and hang out. and maybe
be
never
near these
come back
people.
here.
And not be near these people who can
Yeah.
just easily murder us.
Let's take to the sea.
It's
True.
like,
Yeah.
what
It's
if we
gonna
just
be-
don't come back?
Yeah, it's the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead of the Demon Plague.
It's a spin-off podcast that
Grant
will be
and
starting
Topher
soon.
Adventures.
Yeah.
Love it. I want to be in that podcast too.
Yes. Well, we can't because it would undermine the entire point of it, but we could support it in our hearts.
We can. I'm gonna write that fanfic right now.
Do it.
So, does anybody have anything else you want to do before you get to sleep?
Is this a long rest or a short rest?
This is a long rest.
Ew.
So you wake up in the morning. You can see Ralakai, it looks like, has spent the night reading these books, has dove right in. Doesn't really have much to report yet, but is going to continue working on it, and says that he will remain here, that you can, when you're ready, you can find him here, and that if he needs to get you, he will send Topher out to come
Or
collect.
Message.
Or
sending,
ascending.
Sending message.
Sending spell. Yes, exactly. So that's sort of, that's your on your way. I will say, Isabel, during the night, you did notice that there is behind this cage, you notice there is a chest of sorts, a nice wooden chest that has a fancy lock on it.
Oh no.
So I'm just going to throw that out there.
How dare.
that
How
is a
could you do this to me?
thing. So yeah. But now, it's the morning. What do y'all want to do?
Well, it's been fun. We've
Yeah.
got to go.
Good luck. If anyone can do it, it's you. I said.
Thank you.
And we'll be in
Remember,
contact.
no killing people.
No killing people, no raising formerly humanoids. Just animals that are already
Mhm.
dead.
Nice.
You agree? Okay.
He nods. He agrees.
Isabel will pull them into incredibly uncomfortable, awkward grandma hugs.
Nice.
So when you pull Ralakai into the hug, you feel his skin is very cold.
Ew.
And yeah, just like, but not like clammy or anything, just like cold meat.
Ah,
Been in the
neat.
fridge.
Awesome. That's great. And she'll clap him on the shoulder with her little gauntleted hand and remind him to stay out of trouble. And she'll also kind of look over his shoulder and say, "What's that?"
Subtle.
What's what? Oh, the
What's the
chest.
box? Yeah, what's the box?
Oh, that's my treasures.
Are you using them, or are they just they
okay.
hang out in the box, or?
What are your treasures? What is that?
They're mine.
Is it
what they are.
research?
Oh, okay, all right. We're just asking some
Oh,
questions.
okay,
We're
okay.
friends here. We gave you some rations.
Yeah, she was gonna hand him some candy, but she visibly takes her hand back and makes eye contact and puts it in Topher's hand. Just
and Topher just
Rude. It's like, maybe you want to do some research on a little attitude adjustment while we're gone.
He looks meaningfully at the pamphlet when you say that. And he says, it's just some treasures I've acquired and my spell book.
Oh, well, you could have just said that.
I mean, you got any stuff that maybe we could use? In
Right.
our no.
Right.
Okay.
Just let him have his privacy.
All right. You're right.
Yeah. It's got his spell book in there.
He says, I assure you, I've already given you that which is most useful.
You're right. You
Of course,
are absolutely
of course.
right.
Yeah. Let's just leave him to his spell books and
Why you keep doing
get out
this?
of his room.
What does this mean? I don't know if it's a spell book. What's the difference between spell book and spell
Oh,
book?
it just means that it's more private.
Hmm.
Oh,
He's
okay.
inferring that it's smut.
I didn't say that. I
Is
don't
it
think
good?
anyone here thought that.
So adding this makes it smut,
No, it makes it private.
There you go.
which makes it. He says it. Well,
Well, they're
quotes.
his books. He would know better than anyone, wouldn't he?
Yes.
Well,
2
if
hours
it's-
later.
Rock is still going, well, I haven't had much use for private stuff, but if it was a good
Well,
recommendation, I
just
would have
look,
taken the
okay.
recommendation.
No, you can't
Just
use them
adding
every
quotes to
word.
everything.
Stop it. No. As well as like had Topher like open the wineskin again. It's just like, okay, I regret it, please.
So, so you are back on the road at this point. Where are you headed?
Tomar's Crossing.
Yeah,
Thomas.
I think we're heading back to
We gotta, yeah. What?
Rudy is done. He's like,
No,
look.
I'm just trying to remember too. When is the? I know I asked last session. When is the election again? It got pushed back, right?
I thought they said a month.
It was a
right?
month. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So we can stop in, say hello, say we dealt with the problem, and then just move right along.
and then go to Fort Kickass and then come back
And then,
and
or go
back and
wherever
forth,
she
back
says
and-
we need to go because we don't know where these ghosties are.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. So you all are making your way back.
Yep,
you're-
Rock will be flying overhead like normal, keeping an eye
Mhm.
out after she's done
Yeah.
her whole smut thing.
Oh, we don't have the cart or anything with us either. The refugees have them,
The refugees
so
took
we
it.
could probably
Yeah.
move
Oh,
a little
okay.
bit faster.
Rock.
Ransom.
About how high are you flying above the ground?
I think in general she would skim the trees, so high enough
Sure.
to be able to like see the path ahead and see kind of
Gotcha.
the wider area. But there's no reason to be like 50 feet up because that's just gonna be she's not
Yeah,
gonna be
and
able to see very much.
there's honestly not a ton of trees. There are some sort of here and there, but it's mostly like boulders and mud and hills and that sort of thing.
So yeah,
Um,
probably like 25-ish feet, given some variance, high enough so that any trees wouldn't obscure her view, but not so high that like she can't see.
Okay, cool. So normally, you are all walking. You're about 6 hours into your trip, and you are, flying around Rock, and you all are making your way on foot or on tassel in the case of Gorf. And this is normally where I would ask everyone to make a perception check, but
Oh,
you have 4 auto fails.
oh.
So everybody's gonna auto fail here.
All right, I will, however, say my passive perception is a 19.
Wow.
Okay.
But
I
what
would
does
put that out there?
what does Gorf roll?
Oh.
I just
That's-
rolled for Gorf. Gorf rolled a 2.
Oh.
All right.
Gorf.
So, and Gorf's wisdom modifier is -4. So
Jeez.
Gorf got a -2.
Gorf.
I mean, he doesn't have any eyes, so really, can you blame him?
That's true. Yeah, he's got blind sight out to 60 feet. Um,
Oh man,
Literal
yes.
blindside.
why
Yeah.
did we?
Gorf should fight the monsters.
Oh, that's a better idea. Let's put the amulet on Gorf.
So, and unfortunately, Rock,
Hi.
while 19 is good, 20 would have been better.
Oh.
Well, yeah. I mean,
And
if I rolled.
You are making your way around, and Rock. let's see,
Hi.
What is your AC?
17.
Okay. So, Rock, you hear a thunk, and all of a sudden, coming up from the ground at you from like around the other end of this hill that you're flying towards, there is very suddenly a net that has been like launched from some sort of device, and it tangles itself around you as you fly right into
Oh
it.
no.
All right.
A
Yes.
bird person.
Okay.
Since since Isabel
and-
can't be suppressed, she's just like, huh.
Rock, you
Oh,
take
okay.
8 bludgeoning damage as you fall to the ground. So you
No.
crash
Oh
to the
my
ground, and
gosh.
you're restrained in this net.
Okay.
That
Listen,
it's like
that
a
could have been a lot worse. I'll
It-
take 8 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, is there any chance of Isabel catching her?
So Isabel, you
Oh,
run
no.
forward to catch,
Okay.
and you find that you are suddenly caught in a pit trap. So you
Cool.
fall
I love
down
it.
through this pit trap along with the rest of the party.
What?
Um,
right.
I'm real mad.
Auto foul.
All right, let me look at this. Oh, yeah.
So all of you take 7 bludgeoning damage as you fall into this pit, and as you fall through the pit, it's like this 15-foot pit that halfway down has this net that you are caught up in, except for, I believe,
Gorf.
Gorf is caught up in it, but I
Oh.
don't think Rain is. Let's see. Rain, do you have slow fall at this point?
Oh, I do. I think that's like an early thing I get.
Yeah, so you get to make a dexterity save because you are I believe you are not taking any damage because you'll be able to slow fall it. And yeah, you reduce falling damage you take amount 5 times equal to your monk level.
Okay.
So yeah, so you don't take any damage, and make a dexterity save to see if you can avoid the net as you are falling into
23.
this. Okay, so yeah, you're able to, because you're falling a little bit slower than everybody else. You see that Torsten and Isabel and Gorf all get caught in this net, and you come to the bottom of the pit. You're not caught in the net. Rock, that is when you see Ilaria Walrus step from around with 3 other humans. And she draws a short sword and a long sword and starts making her way towards you. Let's roll admission.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I want at
what
her
a dick.
super fast.
How deep is this pit trap? 20 feet?
15 feet.
15 feet. Either way.
And its sides are all like gross dirt mud.
Cool.
Not just dirt and mud, gross dirt.
Gross dirt.
I'm
Yeah.
super
Rock got a
And it's
14
got,
on her
bugs.
initiative.
Bugs.
No, not bugs.
I am very annoyed.
Ren has a 7. Excuse me, 7.
Okay. What did you get, Isabel?
14.
Do you want to go first, or does Rock want to go first?
Rock is guaranteed to have better dexterity, and she's already up there, so might as well go.
Yeah. Well, I'm in a net, but I probably have better. I have a +4, so.
Yeah, I have like 0, so I only have a good initiative because of alert.
Alert!
So against all odds, Gorf is going first.
I love it. I love it.
Actually, not. His dexterity is pretty good. He's got a 14, so it's not against all odds, but it is against some of the odds. So Gorf is going to try to make a strength check to get out of this net. Okay, Gorf fails and struggles against the net, and that is all Gorf does for his turn.
Noble effort, Gorf.
Ilaria's turn.
Oh.
Ilaria is going to move forward, and she waves the other 3 humans. She says, "Kill them," and points to the pit, and then she starts to make her way towards Rock with swords drawn.
Okay.
And she is going to take 3 attacks against you at advantage, Rock.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, that's a hit. That's a hit. And that's a hit. So it's a long sword, short sword combo.
I will uncanny dodge the first hit.
Okay, nice. That is very uncanny.
Yeah. Just like roll away.
So the second hit is going to runs after you as you roll away. You take.
Well, I still take damage on the first hit. I just half the.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So that's uncanny dodges. If she, I can use my reaction to have the attack's damage against you. So I still take it. Just half.
Gotcha. So you take 11 damage from that first hit. It's slashing. And then you take another 6 from the follow-up swipe.
Okay.
And then the short sword comes down and gets you right in that bird meat for 6 piercing damage.
Do I have other kinds of meat that I don't know about?
And that's a good point. humanoid meat.
No.
I guess it's all humanoid.
Yeah.
So that's their turn. And then over the side, a bunch of heavy crossbows are leveled and start taking shots at people. Rain, the first one is headed for you. You are not restrained, but I do think a 20 hits.
Just barely.
So that's for 4 piercing damage.
Catch it and throw it back at them.
that's true.
I believe I can. For 4, it's not that bad.
Okay. Yeah, you don't want to.
It's less about it's not that bad, more about it's awesome.
I want to save it for lots of punching.
Fair enough.
And then Isabel, one's coming for you.
My favorite.
Isabel, you are hit as well. Just barely scraping that 20 AC. This does 6 piercing damage to you.
Is it magical?
It is not magical.
3
It is
piercing damage.
regular old crossbow damage.
All right.
And then another one's gonna come towards
right.
Gorf.
Gorf, no.
Armor master.
Yeah, Gorf is hit.
Oh, he's fine. He's a rug.
Yeah, Gorf
Gorf.
takes 6 damage
Oh no.
Oh man.
as a bolt pierces it. Yeah. So there you go. So that is their turn. It is now your turn, Rock.
Okay. Rock is gonna draw her dagger and she'd like to cut herself out of this net.
Okay, cool. So you make an attack roll with disadvantage for me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
With my dagger?
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, well, I rolled an 18 and a 16, so that's going to be 22 versus the net.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to hack your way out with this dagger at this point, and now you're out.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
So that's my action. As my bonus action, I'm going to cunning action disengage because
Okay.
I'll be next to her.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna thunk back up into the air. And I'm going to I'd like to kind of go straight up and be able to peer over the edge and at least see what's going on down in the pit, see that at least for the moment they're okay, that at least one of my companions is not tangled in the net. And so I'm gonna trust that at least for a moment they're gonna be okay. I'm gonna draw my bow and
Okay.
I'm just gonna stare at whatever her name was.
Alaria Walrus.
There we go. I almost said the real person's name, and I don't want to glare at them. So yeah.
Yes. Okay. Excellent. So Alaria Walrus is being glared at. Isabel, it is your turn.
That's my Isabel. Oh boy. Jeez, this is the thing, is that Isabel can't take an attack action, so this is annoying. Oh, I'm grumpy. Gosh, this sucks. Unless I can attack the net, but I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Can I attack the net? That looked like a nod. Heck yeah, I want to attack that net.
Okay, cool. It's with disadvantage because you're restrained, but you can
That's
definitely
fine.
do it.
That's fine. I'll live. First one's a 17. Second one's a 7. So plus my
Plus your normal attack bonus.
sword. Yeah. I'm trying to see
You
now.
hit. I am well aware. The AC is
Okay.
10 of the net, so you
Cool. So
definitely.
it's a 14. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And then
So yeah, you're able to slash up the net, and you have freed yourself
awesome.
from it, as well as Torsten and Gorf.
I would like to
Nice.
use my second attack and use Commander Strike.
Okay.
And I'm gonna forego my second attack and direct Rock to shoot anyone she can see.
Okay. Yeah. So you see Rock's form shoot back up over the sky with the long bow drawn. Rock, you hear the voice of your friend Isabel commanding
Is that
you to
that
attack.
punk ass Delaria?
Okay, so I was gonna say, unless you tell me who to attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you to shoot to so that we can actually take her in. I won't say shoot to kill, but
Okay.
I will tell you to shoot Ilaria in the leg.
Okay. Well, it's more like if you were just commanding me to shoot someone, I might actually go after the crossbow guys who are
We'll
shooting
be
you.
okay. We'll be
Alright.
okay.
All right.
rather you
This won't
take
be sneak
Ilaria.
attack, but I will give it a try.
Most people don't keep fighting if the person that is paying them doesn't want to keep fighting. So
That's a 15 versus her AC.
Okay. 15 versus AC is going to miss.
Oh wait.
I will wait.
They add that to the
Nope.
damage.
Damage
I believe.
roll. Ooh.
Not the attack roll.
Dang
Um,
it.
Yeah, she's still
Yeah.
like pulling her bow and looking over, and it just she whiffs.
Ooh,
Yes.
grumpy.
Rain, it is your turn.
Okay, I want to run out or climb out of the pit. Get out of the
Okay.
pit. How do I get out?
You want to climb out of the pit?
I do. I guess I will climb.
Yeah, that would be an athletics check.
Okay. Do we have inspiration?
I do,
I don't know. I probably do.
which usually means everybody else does.
I don't know if I've used inspiration.
Yeah, I do have inspiration.
I didn't mark it.
But yeah, I think we all had it before we went into.
I think so too.
The fight, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know who's used
All
it.
right.
then.
Yeah. I won't then. All right.
We know
Athletics check.
Torsten hasn't.
14.
Okay. 14, you are scraping at the walls, but you're not able to make it up this thing. That's just your move action, though. To do
Do I have any monk stuff that can help me get out of this? I don't think so.
You might.
No.
No, if you use your regular action to get Torsten out of the net, I'll give you a boost next round.
I can
Oh, I
use
thought-
a key point to
Torsten's,
dash.
yeah, it just needs to stand up now at this point.
Oh,
What's
well.
up?
I can use a key point to dash, but I don't know.
Oh,
Will
sure. So that
count
would
as a
let you
free
try it
movement?
again.
Okay, that won't count as my action.
No, it'll be.
It'll just
So
be
if
my
you
bonus.
spend the key point to dash, it's as a
Okay.
bonus action.
Okay, I'll do that. I want to keep my action. 21.
Okay, so yeah, you're scraping at first, and it's almost like Sonic the Hedgehog, like you're warming up, and then you just Spider-Man up this thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually run using the corner. I'm gonna run like up it like a ladder.
Ooh, nice. I
like
love it.
using the momentum and yeah, exactly. And then
I
I'm
love
going
it.
to leap at the top and land behind the guards and be like, "What's up, boys?" The crossbow guys.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to I'm gonna try and knock one in so Isabel can sword him.
Cool.
Nice.
Go for it.
I'm
Do
trying
it,
to
do
think-
it, do
Yeah.
So a push attack. So essentially, one of your attacks, instead of punching, is
Mhm.
a athletics check against their athletics or acrobatics check. But I think
Okay.
in this case,
So it's a roll off.
it's a roll off. I got a 9.
Okay, I got a 16.
Okay, so yeah, you push him in. He falls down and
On
takes.
Isabel's upended sword.
She's just standing there like this.
He's posing like She-Ra.
Yeah.
Isabel, I'll let you use your reaction to try to stab this. guy.
Nice.
What is my reaction? I'm just
What is your reaction?
No, I'm just wondering what my regular reaction was. But yeah.
I mean,
my
use it
regular
to make, like,
reactions
an
are
opportunity
riposte, but-
attack or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, of
Mhm.
course. I was just like, it made me think, oh, I wonder what my regular reaction is. And it's a riposte, but so 12 plus my 7 for the longsword is a 19.
Okay, 19. Boom. That is gonna hit.
Hiya! Take that!
How much damage?
All of it. I forgot to roll it. 1d6 plus, or 1d8 plus
8.
6, so 12.
Nice.
Okay.
Hiya!
That dude is has seen better days certainly than this one when he just got thrown into a pit. Rain, you still have another attack.
I do indeed, and I will use this to just punch one of the crossbowmans.
Go
Does
for
a
it.
12 hit his armor class?
It does not.
All right. That's
So yeah,
fine.
you punch in and your fist connects with scale mail.
Mm,
It doesn't hurt your fist because your fists are magic.
they are.
But you feel like you didn't get enough oomph there.
Yeah, and if possible, I'd like to be engaged with both of the remaining crossbow
Yep.
men.
Yeah,
just
you
the
can do
way
that.
Okay, cool.
They were sort of in a line at
Mhm.
one end of the pit, so
Awesome.
yeah, you can definitely be engaged with both of them.
Cool.
And Let's see. So Torsten stands up from the tatters of the net. What kind of spells you got here, Torsten? Some dope spells.
And he did just take a long rest,
The
so he has all of
dopest.
them. Like,
He
say,
did.
healing magic for the incredibly hurt bird person who's flying overhead.
He would
That
probably
is true.
sleep a bunch of people because he knows them.
Definitely has that healing magic. Are you in need of healing?
Rock looks pretty hurt. She took a lot of damage. She
I'm
might
gonna
be at
destroy
half her
Ellery.
health about right now, so she's flying, but she looks she's angry and flying and bleeding.
Hilari is
Okay.
about to get such a spanking.
Let's see. He can't get up there to help you completely.
Yeah, fair enough. I might be out of his range.
Not out of the range of a healing word, probably.
What's the range? Is that 30?
60 feet.
Oh, then no, because I wouldn't be. I'd be flying like 15 feet above Ilaria, so I'd probably be within that.
So he's going to throw a big old third level healing word your way.
Thank you.
Not bad for a healing word.
Thank you.
So let's see. That's 7, 9.
Thank you,
plus
Kazao.
2. So you're healed for. Oh, wait. Because he's also got that life feature. So 16 is what you are healed for as you
Ooh.
feel a prayer from Eldath and this healing light overtake you. And then he's going to go for just a chill touch on one of these guys that Rain is fighting. And you see this spectral hand that looks all ghostly appear and try to touch this individual, but it does not manage to do so. And that is the end of Torsten's turn, and we're back to Gorf, who comes up and starts to smother the
Yes!
let's see.
Go, Gorf! Yes!
And Gorf has advantage. So
Because
yeah, Gorf throws himself on top of the warrior that has fallen in the bottom of the pit and starts to smother them. And there are screams of pain as you hear bones cracking as Gorf goes to work.
Oh, nice.
And you're reminded of Gorf's origins as an evil rug in an evil ziggurat.
Not evil, misunderstood.
Right. And I think that is where we are going to. Well,
What?
actually, we'll do one more thing because it's Alaria's turn.
Did we win?
So Alaria stands up. And first things first, she's going to take a shot at you, Rock.
Okay.
And let's see. So a
Track.
19 hits, right?
19 does it.
Okay, for 2 damage.
I'll
so
uncanny dodge just so I only take 1.
So yeah, it's barely grazes your bird meat this time.
I
And
keep talking about my bird meat.
and she says, now to the other 2 who are next to the thing they're fighting and currently engaged with Rain. You see they pull these bags. They look like belt pouches off the side of their belt, and they hurl them into the pit. These things explode on impact and start to fill this pit with foam. And that's where we'll
Foam?
stop.
Foam?
Foam.
Foam?
Foam party.
Okay.
This just turned into a rave?
I didn't know this turned into like a soap party. Whereas
Yeah, I forgot to mention it burns. It's terrible.
Oh.
Oh, no, that's
It's
no,
like
that's
it's
not
starting
good.
to harden.
let
No,
me know how much damage
Oh.
that is, so I know by the
killing
time
your
we
friends.
start next time. How much is that,
Yes, I will let you know right now.
please?
Plus, the guy that Gorf has wrapped up has to take this damage.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
that's
if he's still
17
alive.
damage.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
he does have to take that damage. Thank you.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
He is alive. Gorf also has to take that damage.
12,
Thank you.
No, Gorf!
And Torsten needs to take that damage.
Well,
Ugh.
do you still have any of those rope bombs?
I'm
Rock?
I
really-
do. We don't know exactly what they do, though.
We don't.
We should find out.
Mm.
Oh,
Right.
I am hesitant to throw one of those at my friends, considering it just has a rope on it. So for all I know, I'm gonna tie you up by throwing a bomb at you.
that's
Rain
true.
is very spry. Rain. You
Throw
can
it at
dodge
me.
that.
Oh, maybe it gives me a rope. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Rock also has been informed that she needs to kill Ilaria. So
Yeah.
Kill or
So-
no, not kill, just capture.
Oh,
right?
we gonna kill her now.
No. Because if I want to know if
Christy is
Magellan,
dead.
I want to know if Magellan sent her to get us.
Rain.
we know
No!
this. We know. We already know.
I didn't
All
kill
right.
anyone this episode.
So just a quick.
What is that alignment? I gotta know.
Quick reminder. Thanks to everybody for watching.
Oh, yeah.
Smash that follow button.
Smash the
If you
follow. We
like
got some bits too.
We got some bits. Yeah. Thank you very much to Josh Long, who we mentioned at the beginning of the episode. Topher, thank you so much for more bits buying auto successes.
Yes.
And auto fails. Yes.
I don't know if he specified who it was for. So Topher, when
yes.
you get the chance.
So Topher, if you're still in there, specify who that auto success is for. If not, we'll just assume it's for me. And that's a joke. That is a big joke. We have ways. It's an auto fail.
Oh,
So
great. Cool. Thanks, Topher.
Of course. See what you
Thank
did. See what you did, Josh. This is all your
Go
fault.
for
Write
meet me
that
behind
down.
the 7-Eleven.
And thank you also very much to Megisa.
Yes. Megissa, I think. Yes. So
Megisa. Thank you so much.
Health potion for Rock.
for Rock.
'cause
So there you go.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of Lauren.
Thank you.
Me too.
Yeah. A little less so now that I got a little healing, but we'll see what happens with this foam.
So thank you all so much. Let's go quickly around the table, let people know where they can find you, and also a reminder, we will not be here next week or the week after because it's Christmas and then New Year's Eve. We will be back on January 8th. But until then, where can people find you, TK?
You knew I wasn't paying attention.
But you
You
were
saw my
because you're on
face.
top of it.
You saw my face. You were like, oh, somebody's doing the notes right now. Somebody's not paying attention. It's me. It's TK. And I write spooky stories on the internet. And if you like spooky stories, you can go to tkjwrites.com or you can follow me on Twitter. TK joins the fray. I'm going to stop in January telling you guys where you can find me for games because I'm going to be doing like 6 games a week. So you
Wow.
can just find that new schedule on my Twitter whenever I update it because I'm going to be doing this. There are several days where I'm going to be doing 2 games a day. But you can still find my articles on Tabletop Test on Fridays. I'm still in the middle of Treat Yourself, which is supplements and adventures for Tabletop Test for newer DMs. And we did just release a gift guide. So I talked about 3 of my favorite things this year, which was the Codex Dice Tower from Elderwood.
Woo!
And I really like the Dogmite deck boxes with the counters. I love those. And I love the Polyhero dice sets. I love them. They're so cool. So those are 3 things that I loved. That's it.
There you
I'm
go.
done. Bye book.
That's awesome. Nice. Where can people find you, Lauren?
Oh, hi. I'm Lauren Urban, also known as Obo Crazy. And I did want to say it's funny that you talked about the Elderwood dice towers because when I was at PAX Unplugged, I didn't pick up one of those, but I did pick up a dice tray.
Oh.
Yep. And so this is a dice tray that I've been using. I specifically got it in the gold dragon. It's the ones that just come apart.
We
Like this?
also
Awesome.
bought that. I think maybe even that exact same
Yeah, I was
color.
gonna say I think that exact one.
Yeah. Well, I had to get this one not just
It's
because
great.
it's collapsible and so it's portable and everything, but also because in January not only you can find me here, but you can find me once again on Heroes of the Veil playing Orkira, the Dragonborn Paladin, Dragonborn Cleric, and so I had to get the gold
Oh.
dragon on there
It's
because
so
it made me
fun.
happy.
That one's
It
so
is.
fun.
I'm excited about that show coming back. You can also find me as the DM for Dungeon Drunks, which comes out every Monday. We have a few off weeks, so no new episode, but we'll still have new content coming out. Like next week, we still have a fun end of the year Q&A with everybody. I am also the community manager for D&D Beyond, which means if you sing the theme song, you'll make me happy. Also, if you happen to be in the greater Seattle area, I am a professional musician. That's why people call me Oboe Crazy. I am playing the Nutcracker with the Tacoma City Ballet. It's happening all this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Go look online, find tickets, come hear me play oboe and English horn, and then come see me in a couple of weeks on all sorts of fun things in D&D. And bye.
Awesome. And Rudy, where can people find you?
Hey, head to don'tsplitthepodcast.com for a lot of great podcasts. I'm on Twitter at Rudy Basso. This is a podcast, Demonplague, every Wednesday-ish. It comes out. Go listen to it. It's a nice way to re-experience the show. Also, this Thursday, TK, James, and I are going to be on a charity stream on WebDM, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Where we're fighting Tarrasques. Is this announced? It probably is, right?
I don't know that it has been, but we can definitely talk about it.
Well, I mean, it's going to be in 2 days, so you can see us there.
We're going to fight the Tarrasque.
Are you Planet of the Tarrasking?
We are.
Yes.
For charity, yes!
Can't wait for
charity.
One combat encounter to take 4 hours or whatever.
You're muted, TK.
So yeah,
Lisa will also be there, and she's in the chat right now.
Lisa's channel will be there as well.
Lisa's channel will be there as well. So yeah, come check it out. And also, if you like Dungeons and Dragons, I'm in all the same places you can find Rudy. I'm on Twitter at James Intercasso. I've got podcasts at Don't Split the Podcast Network. Check out this podcast. Check out the YouTube version. Smash that follow button.
Smash that follow button.
Also, tonight I'll be on Dice Camera Action.
Oh!
4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, right on the D&D Twitch channel. So, so I am very excited about that. In the meantime, everybody stay cool. Don't let the demons bite.
Bye. See you next year.
Bye. Happy New Year.